Hey everyone, it's your boy Graphic back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at some Hellgate tips and some tricks for you guys. We're going to look at some killing in general. We're going to look at that PvP content that we all know and love. A lot of you guys are just getting started out in, the Albion Online adventure for some PvP and Hellgates. Hellgates are obviously going to be on the map. If you guys have any, questions on what a Hellgate is, I do have that on my channel. What is Hellgates? You can kind of get a better description of what a Hellgate really is. But we're going to skip right by that. Assuming you guys know what Hellgates are and how to get into the Hellgates, we're going to go straight into some tips and tricks in the Hellgates themselves. As we run looking for a Hellgate right now, we're going to be running to a zone that actually has a orange or 2v2 Hellgate. Right now we are in a zone that has a 5v5 or red Hellgate, and that's going to be the Lindale that we are in. So we're going to actually be running to the southwest. And like I said, if you guys don't actually understand what a Hellgate really is, a Hellgate is basically a spot where you go in and you completely are there for the the PvP content and that really good loot and fame that is available in that Hellgate. The red Hellgates are 5v5 Hellgates, and the orange Hellgates, or I would say they're orange Hellgates. I've heard people call them different things, but the orange Hellgates are 2v2 Hellgates. Usually you want to run a double DPS build or a healer DPS build. Tanks don't have much of a place in the 2v2 Hellgates, but you can always run 5v5 Hellgates, and you'll have plenty of ways to build your tank in the 5v5 Hellgates and win. I will be running a quarterstaff build for this, for this little clips of PvP that we have for you guys today, and I'll kind of show you guys what me and my Toon Link, which is going to be my duo buddy here, kind of what we do, and some tricks and basically a way of taking advantage of the terrain and the vision on the map. One thing I'm going to go over right now as we're running into Stone Top Sink, and there is the Hellgate in the top. You can see it there on the northwest side. One main thing that a lot of newer players don't understand or know about is you can see that you have a locked camera. Obviously, when you're running or running around, you have a locked camera. You can't really move your camera around like you can in like MOBA games like League of Legends or anything like that. It has that kind of gameplay feel, but you can't move your camera around for obvious reasons. So you're going to be on that lock screen. But if you look, you don't want to actually have the down vision. So basically you don't want to be up top and coming down on your opponent because you have less vision available to you on that bottom side. If you are going up towards your opponent, you're going to have a lot more vision. Your icons aren't going to be in the way. For most players, they have their icons on the bottom. Some players put them on the right or the left. But it's not a big deal either way. As I get started on this Hellgate, as my Toon Link comes flying in here, we're going to get started and killing the boss to let us in that Hellgate. But we are going to get some good PvP here, and you guys are going to get some good look at what a Hellgate really is. And, we're going to go over, like I said, some tips and tricks in the Hellgate itself. So, like I said, you want that bottom vision, or I guess it depends how you want to word it. But right here, you'll see that I go straight south. That's because I want the vision to look either right on the side of me, or I want to be looking up at the enemy. I do never want to be looking down at the enemy, as it's going to be a lot harder to actually get a good view on the enemy and inspect them or click them to inspect them. But now we're on the first boss. The 2v2 bosses are a lot easier than the 5v5 bosses, although both 2v2 and 5v5 bosses in the Hellgates are very, very simple. We are going to be taking this one down, and we take it down for about 10k fame. He gets a book, so he gets about 20k fame there from that boss. As you can tell already, it's great fame to go running in these Hellgates. It even used to be a little bit better, but the middle is going to spawn a chest when all three bosses are dead. The middle of the map, in the bottom right you can see the map. In the middle of that, there will be spawning a chest, and whoever kills the chest gets a lot of fame. Also spawning a good amount of loot, and it's usually pretty good loot, so you want to get that middle chest. That's what you're here for, is that PvP content, killing them, getting their loot, getting all of the loot in the middle, and a lot of fame. So right here, we're still on the bottom side. You're going to see that they actually cleared the bottom side, and then they went straight north, which is not usually a common way to go. Unless they started on the south gate, which is very possible. They might have started south gate, went to the west side, then went north. But right here, you're going to see this treasure will spawn in the center in 2 minutes. So we're going to start heading toward the center of the map, try to get our, basically gain, control of the map, because this is where the chest will spawn. So we're going to be seeing them, starting to come in on the left side. We're going to use our overcharge. I am going to be running pretty much a stun run build, so I'm going to be trying to run in and get a long stun. I'm going to hit that inspect. You're going to see that they're actually running some pretty high tier gear, 6.2 Judicator boots, etc. So we're going to go flying in now on the man and the myth, the legend himself with the Judicator boots. We're going to get a lot of damage down here. We used it for a long time. I used my abilities a little late there, but you're going to notice that the main deal is to focus one person. You're going to want to inspect and make sure you're focusing the right guy. Sometimes you'll have somebody with Guardian boots, Cleric robe, and, I don't know. Basically, you want to focus on the guy that has the least amount of defensive gear on him. I noticed that guy was not going to be too big of a problem. He didn't really have a way to get out of my strong CC, and we took advantage of it by killing them for the great loot. I do go over here and, click around to get the loot, as Toon Link actually got the previous loot in the last dungeon. I'm going to trade him over some of this stuff as I'm overweight, obviously, now. But let's see here if that's going to be enough. Trade successfully, yeah. So I'm slightly and move a little bit slower, but we get some good loot here. Actually, it's pretty garbage loot from the middle. Usually you get some pretty good stuff from that chest in the middle. So, don't be too hating on the loot I got right there. It's usually, like I said, a lot better than that. So right here, you did get some good loot. You can tell. I throw the bag on and we're good to go. One little tip as well is to make sure you don't bring a bag. There's really no purpose in bringing a bag unless you're just running a tier 3, tier 4 maybe bag. It's just a waste of silver in case you die. The other team or the chest in the middle almost always has a bag for you, so you're not going to really even need that. I would also recommend a low tier horse. Right here's just a little tip. You will get a lot of these fights outside of the Hellgate, and I suggest actually taking these fights. These fights are going to be even better than in the Hellgate themselves because you're going to be able to fight without mobs around the area. You're not going to be fighting for that middle chest like you usually would, so it's a little unfortunate. But you do what me and Toon Link do here, and go way out of vision, use your overcharge, and start running toward that Hellgate area. And make sure you inspect like usual. So I'm going to get in range, try to get that inspect off. He starts running at me, so I cancel it. He's running the same build I am. But he gets played pretty easily here as we get all of our CC down on the Soul Scythe build. He does about nothing after his original burst, and now this crossbow guy is pretty much left in a 1v2, and he's basically guaranteed a death. So unfortunately for them, they didn't really have much they could do there. Toon Link goes down, unfortunately, at the very last second. Not going to be able to problem. He can come out here and get that loot real easily. I believe I pick it all up for him, but this is just some quick tips for you guys. To make sure you inspect, see who's the weaker link. Make sure you have that good vision. Make sure you focus the same guy. Your damage himself is going to want to keep some distance. And I know you guys wanted some PvP content, so I also wanted to give you guys that, as well as some, fair amount of tips for the Hellgates themselves. And so you newer guys could,